Hello YouTube, this is Musty Deagle, and today I'll be going over 8 essential tips in LEGO Fortnite that will save you heaps of time. Your time is valuable, so why waste it on fumbling around with the mechanics of this game when you can make more value out of your gameplay and do what you actually love to do? Game! For those of you who stick with me till the end of the video, I've got a special bonus tip just for you. So, without further ado, tip number 1, placement. Make sure you place structures where you actually want to place them. I cannot stress this enough. Time and time again, I have placed a structure or building blueprint down, took the time to gather all the materials to build it, and worked it to completion, all for it to be facing the wrong way or not look quite how I wanted in my village. Unfortunately right now, there is no way to quickly move already built structures. If you place it and complete the full build, it is there permanently unless you break it down, which doing so would only give you a portion of those hard-earned resources back. So, before placing your buildings down, make sure it flows with your village and that you like how it's positioned. Just twist the blueprint around a couple of times and make sure it works for you. Tip number 2. Make sure to place workshops under a structure. I've learned this the hard way. For some odd reason, LEGO Fortnite does not want us to work in the rain. Maybe they're trying to stop us from catching a cold. Make sure to build your workshops and mills under a covered area so you aren't limited to building your weapons, parts, and other valuables under clear skies. There are some fairly simple structures like the double shack, porch shack, or roomy shack which you can easily build that do not require a vast amount of resources. These allow you to place your workbenches and mills underneath an awning that covers them from the rain. Go ahead and build these types of buildings in your village as early as you can. Not only do these allow you to work through any weather, you will start to shape your settlement's area of service establishments too, giving your village a more robust and lived-in look. They may not be the prettiest structures, but they will serve their purpose until you're ready to build something better. Tip number 3. Upgrading your workbench. Have you stumbled across something that can't be broken? Here's why. Each item in the game has a rarity level: common, uncommon, rare, and epic. You can chop trees down to get wood and chip away at rocks to get granite with uncommon tools, but to work away at anything stronger, you'll need stronger tools. To do that, you'll need to upgrade your crafting bench. Doing that is fairly simple. Just mosey on over to your crafting bench and take a look at the upgrade requirements needed. After finding all the necessary resources, upgrade your crafting bench and you will now be able to craft stronger axes, pickaxes, swords, and other tools. Tip number 4. Prioritize making a grill early on. If you haven't stumbled across any plants or animals yet, then there must be something wrong. LEGO Fortnite plops in a countless amount of different ways to get your feast on. Whether it be bushes that grow juicy raspberries, or a brood of chickens ravaging around your village, it's very important that you take advantage of what this game gives you. Each plant and animal has different advantages when it comes to consuming them. Not only does eating food fill your hunger bar and give you back some health, but it also grants their character certain properties or perks. For instance, if you eat a chili, it will warm you up for a limited time. But if you eat a snowberry, it will cool you down momentarily. Tasty, right? Well, you aren't a 5-star chef quite yet, but you are on the right track. If you really want to satisfy that growing tummy, make yourself a grill. The resources required to make a grill are fairly easy to come by, and it will be worth your while. Just look at all the options. Not only can you make these amazing little meals, they all yield a better health count and a longer perk timer than what you would normally get by just eating raw foods. Now you can pack these filling meals along with you and press on to whatever adventure awaits. Tip number 5. Don't waste your time going into caves without bringing some torches and at least a common pickaxe and axe. Caves are awesome. They're creepy, enemy-filled dungeons with plenty of loot to be found within their murky depths. I would be dead wrong if I told you that caves are completely useless and that you should stay away from them. Actually, I'm going to urge quite the opposite here. But there is a time and a place for them. Sure, there will likely be some mineable resources in those caves, like wood, granite, mushrooms, and other edibles, but honestly, you are wasting your time going in there with at least a common level axe and pickaxe. The main reason to go into caves after all is to gather valuable knotroot, marble, and other various strong building materials. But these items require a common axe and pickaxe to break them, so make sure to upgrade your workbench, craft a couple of those handy dandy tools, and pack them in your bag. Furthermore, caves are dark, and unless your brightness is set to high, which would completely kill LEGO Fortnite's beautifully recommended visual settings, you're going to need to pack up some torches too. Otherwise, you would not be able to see Jack Skellington plotting his next bony tactic to steal your swords. Tip number 6. Torches will warm you up when all else fails. Each edible item in the game has certain properties that aid you in your day-to-day life in LEGO Fortnite. There are many of them too. For instance, spicy peppers, which help keep you warm, cooked meat, which gives you extra hearts, corn on the cob that grants you extra stamina, etc., etc. But what happens when you run out of those items and you're stuck in the cold? Which, by the way, happens a lot. Not only does being stuck in the cold suck, but it also drains your stamina, making it that much harder to continue working or get back to your village. When all else fails, you can always resort to a trusty old torch to keep you warm in the middle of the night. And they are extremely easy to make. All you need is some wood and vine. Once you made some torches, throw them into your offhand inventory slot and you are good to go. Biomes from easiest to most difficult. If you haven't noticed yet, there are 4 different biomes currently in LEGO Fortnite. Firstly, you've got the beautiful grasslands, which are home to bountiful trees, raspberry bushes, and pumpkin patches, sporadic cornfields, and plenty of animals to farm for resources. Not only is this the most beautiful biome in the game, this is also the easiest biome to deal with, making it an exceptional spot to start your village. The weather is typically fair, with moments of short amount of rainfall that could make you cold for a bit, but easily manageable with a fire. Yeah, you may run into the occasional tiny spider and some wolves here and there, which may seem kinda scary at first, but they really aren't too bad, especially if you have a crossbow. But this is really all you will have to deal with until nightfall when the skeletons come out. Second, you have the shores. These beach-like areas are also amazing spots for village building due to all the readily available materials, including brute shells, which are an invaluable material needed to upgrade your crafting bench. The weather on the shores do not vary too wildly, but you may still have to deal with some cold, rainy days and nights. Enemy types include some stronger than grassland skeletons, sand rollers, which can be some real pests to deal with, and brutes, which you will really want to avoid early on, unless you can craft a strong crossbow and are good at learning their attack patterns so you can send up into the lake. Third, you have the Frostlands, where you can find the one and only King of the North! Just kidding. Although I wish they had some Game of Thrones lore in there. Or do they? Unless you like a challenge, I personally think this would be a horrible place to build a village due to its bone chilling cold weather. And if you plan on sticking around this area for long, make sure to bring some charms or food with you that will warm you up. You are also going to need some pretty strong weapons and tools. The frost wolves, frost scorpions, and brutes in this biome are no joke. Aside from all the danger, there's a whole lot of epic here too. The Frostlands are chock full of resources like malachite, sapphire, frost pine wood, and iron, but you will need epic tools for epic resources. I would advise, however, to run over to the Frostlands early in the game and collect some frost berries. These cool little berries have a cooling effect that will come in handy in hotter regions. Caves. Caves are a thing of their own, but I feel like I should go over them slightly. Now I know that you don't think that caves are a biome, and I will completely agree with you here, but I still think I should include them here because they are indeed a whole area of their own, seeming as though you have to almost time travel through their entrances. Caves can vary in difficulty and hold all sorts of valuable resources that will aid you in your LEGO village building dreams. Just be sure to go into caves completely prepared with weapons, tools, and foods to cool you down in case you run into a lava cave. You can find resources like slurp mushrooms, which will make slurp juice, and knotwood, marble, and regular caves. From time to time, you may stumble across chests providing other random valuables as well. Some of the more difficult caves have lava in them, and this is where your cooldown charms and food will come in handy. These caves are filled with amazing valuables, so be sure not to miss anything here. Lastly, Dry Valley, or what I like to call Death Valley. This is LEGO Fortnite's desert biome. Not only is it extremely hot during the day and cold during the night, Dry Valley also hosts LEGO Fortnite's toughest enemies. Yup, you guessed it. Sandwolves, sand spiders, the strongest of skeletons, and of course, the strongest brute known to all Legoland. One of the best things the desert can give you, though, are peppers. These tiny things pack a big kick. When consumed, they will warm you up. When thrown on a grill, they can create all kinds of recipes with warming properties which will come in handy in the Frostlands. A quick word of advice, snowberry shakes are probably the best item you can bring to the desert to keep you cool. Oh yeah, and don't even think about building a village here unless you're a maniac. Tip number 8. Build the glider ASAP. Not only is the glider extremely awesome, it can be another invaluable tool that will help aid you in traversal. Make sure that you've completed these items in order to unlock the necessary equipment needed for the glider. Once you're done with that, you'll need to head over to your local desert biome and rough up some cacti to unlock the blueprint for the glider and get some flexwood. You also need to throw that flexwood into a mill and make flexwood rods. After that, head back to your village and build the loom. Gather some silk from spiders and wool from sheep and throw them into the spinning wheel. After that, put the silk thread and wool thread into the loom to make fabric. Then navigate back to your crafting bench and make that glider. Make sure to put the glider into the appropriate slot and get ready to rip some air. Sometimes, valuable loot will be way up on some cliffs and hills. Let's say you built some stairs to get on top of the cliff, but you see another cliff just across the way. Unfortunately, you ran out of wood making the stairs to get up the first cliff. So what now? A freaking glider, that's what. Just save your resources and glide across by double jumping. Then after you got what you want from that cliff, just glide down. Here's a quick and easy bonus tip for you, those of you who stuck around to the end of this video. When you can, build a couple of soil plots so you can plant some seeds. These will come in handy for planting seeds for cold and heat resistance. You can even assign your villagers to do all your farming work for you. Do note, you do not have to water your plants for them to grow. In Legoland, the bountiful radiance of blocky sunlight is all your plants need to succeed in life. Well guys, that's all the tips I've got for this video. If you found any of the tips I put together for you guys helpful, please like this video. These were just some beginning tips, but if you'd like to see more advanced stuff, let me know down in the comments, and of course, follow me for more LEGO Fortnite content and more. Also, be sure to check out some of my other videos like this.